Alright viewers, it's a decent tutorial, this time in the Apache. Today we're learning how to cold start this beautiful attack helicopter, so let's get started. First things first is we will set the ignition to battery with a right click, and we will turn the APU on. We will flip this cover and left click it. That will power up the helicopter with the APU. Whilst that's happening, we will turn up the primary lighting. We'll need this so we can align the heads, which I will show you how to do when the relevant time happens. Okay, here we go. We have systems on. We're going to close the canopy by left-clicking the handle or with left control and C. And the door is locked. I'm going to bring the TSD up so we can monitor the alignment of the navigation system. When the navigation is aligned, we'll know because this map will turn coloured. You'll see what I mean when it comes on. We're going to go off the engine page for now. We're going to click Weapon. We're going to go to the ASE. We're going to go to Util and turn on the RLWR. This is essentially your radar warning receiver, and it also warns you of laser ranging, and it's a missile warning system too, so it's very necessary. Speaking of, we'll turn on the countermeasures in a bit. We'll keep it safe. We don't want to arm on the ground, that'd be bad. We'll now come to the FCR page by left-clicking the FCR button, Util, and we will unpin it by clicking the pin. That will go to norm, and it'll run a bit. If you're in a hurry, you can skip the bit by clicking the FCR bit override, but it only takes a minute and we're not doing anything else, so we may as well do the bit. Back to weapons, we will now align the AH-64D, like I said, so we'll click bore sight. So back to weapons page. This is the weapons page, so it's essentially your SMS or whatever your familiar aircraft calls it. We'll go to bore sight, we'll click AH-64D, and you'll see a cursor pop up now. This is essentially on your TDC cursor, and I recommend having it bound to an axis. You can also bound a depress, so you see I move it on the screen, and if I click the depress button I have bound, it will depress it like so. You can also have keybinds to switch which screen this cursor is on, so I'll press that now. You see it jumped over to my right screen and back to left. So I'll go back to bore sight just to align it. Yeah, BS. So you essentially want to put this middle kind of circle on the inner circle here, so it's not the bullseye, and you'll then press the BS now button. Okay, that's bore sight enough. Okay, we can go off the bore sight page now. Then next bit on the startup, we can go to the AC page. This is your engine page essentially, shows engine performance. And what we will do is we will do the ignition, and now you want to right click both of these. I think the manual says do them one by one, but honestly, I'm going to be so real, I just start both engines at once. I've never had issues doing this. I'm sure in the real helicopter you're not supposed to. I'm sure the manual says not to, but I don't care. This isn't a real helicopter, it's a game. And I'm just going to teach you to start them both at once, unless you want to do them one or the other, which you can, but this is how I do it. So you want to wait for them to stabilize at about 30%, I think they stabilize at. Yeah, we'll just wait until they stop increasing it. 20% they're coming up to. Okay, now you can advance the throttles to the idle position by using the right shift and right alt home. Now we wait for them to stabilize at about 60%. You have to be very careful, because if you advance the throttles too early, it will kill the engines. That is modelled, actually. So, yep, so the stabilized INS is done. Now we'll advance the engine throttles, make sure collective is down, and advance slowly. until max power.
Rotor RPM low.
Okay, there we go. The helicopter's with takeoff. Now I'm going to set this to night because it is quite dark. What I like to do is I like to have the gunner's TADS video on my MFD, so I will click the TADS to display video feed from the gunner's site. Speaking of the gunner, we go left control and V for Victor. We will bring up the George menu. Yeah, so ready systems, we will, I think it's W.
Copy.
Okay, so the keybind, let me say keybind for that because I haven't used George much. Okay, yeah, so the keybind for that is you press George AI Multifunction Input Center, and that will get him to start up once you've bring the menu up. So he'll align his iHeads, he'll turn on all his sensors and stuff like that, and that'll be him.
My helmet's port-sided.
Okay, so to taxi, you want to either pull the parking brake by left-clicking it or depressing your tail brakes to get rid of the parking brake. Get rid of the George menu with left control and V again. Now, if we pitch forwards with cyclic forwards, and give a little bit of collective, we'll start taxiing forwards. Oh yeah, are you off? Okay, so let's turn the APU off actually, if I forget to do that. APU off. We'll close the cover for that. Now there is something else I'm forgetting where it is. Oh, actually, that's one more thing. Yep, don't forget to uncage the backup SAI. I've never had to use it, but I'm sure you will at some point. If you need it, here's the night vision switch, so this will slave an additional sensor to your iHeads. It's good for night flying, but you don't need it in daytime, obviously, so I'm going to turn it off. External lighting is back here on the left of the interior lighting. So if you need, say, external lighting, you can turn it on here. I'll just whack it all on. Why not? If you need the wipers, they are down here. So you can turn the wipers on, set it back to park. It'll park the wiper. There you go. Where on earth is it? Oh well, it's fine. Okay, I was just looking for something, but it's not an issue. So to take off, you want to increase increase collective and be constantly trimming. Don't forget. You can use the, I think it's trim. Right, let me. Yeah, so it's force trim up. Yeah, it's force trim up. Yeah. So that is what you'll be using to trim. So we're gonna increase collective and keep trimming and increasing until it'll get liftoff. And here we are in forward flight. Now the Apache is very reliant on its force trim system in that it helps stabilize the aircraft a lot, especially when hovering. So make sure to always force trim. You need to again do it just to be stable, and that is a good thing to mind. I'll be covering that in a future video. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Patreon, TikTok, and YouTube. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Shark 31 signing off.